Hello and welcome to Overland. I might change the name of this channel, by the way. I'm considering calling it something else. I'm going to tell you the reason why in a few moments, actually. So welcome back. So I wanted to talk a little bit. I've just made a video on my second channel, Tour 77, which is the more technical side of things when it comes to me planning this overland journey and taking this overland journey into the heart of Africa. So this channel is more about, the other things associated with traveling. It's more like a travel vlog, you could call it. Even though I'm not traveling, I'm just preparing to travel. And preparing to travel is very important, especially when you have a family. We won't be able to prepare for everything, but we will be able to try and make our journey as resilient to problems in the first place, and that's important. So, what did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk initially about what I just said. I forgot what I just said. I want to make sure that I bring my family with me, and I'm still in a situation where I'm not 100% sure whether my partner is going to come with me or not. And planning this journey and making sure that the journey is going to be as comfortable as possible. Right, this is very important for me. So I plan to go away in July. I plan to be ready in July, actually, nearly ready, pretty much. So I plan to be nearly ready in July, which is important. Why? Because when I travel, once we go away in July, that's going to be basically, it's a prerequisite of whether my wife will go or not. It's needed for my wife to say yes or no. So it's important that once we go away, we have the car, it's ready, it's nearly ready, I would say, and we can go and we can travel and we can enjoy ourselves, and we can, not be frightened. My wife tends to, she's a warrior in some ways, and in other ways she's a little apprehensive when it comes to making certain decisions, and I kind of need to dig her into it. For me, with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's the perfect time really to focus on exploring the world, because I genuinely don't believe that the world is getting any easier for us to explore, especially us overlanders. There are a lot of people who are talking about traveling, and I've traveled during these times now, and I know how horrendous it can be to go to an airport and to wait in an airport with your face covered. It's just, for me, it's just terrible. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I can't take it. So for me, journeying this way, having the entire family in the car and talking and really putting ourselves in a position where we are going to be doing a lot of work on the road. We're going to be doing a lot of work, but we're going to be able to communicate with each other. We're going to be with each other. We're going to be a real family. So we're not going to be like, those 9-to-5 families where they, and this is, I'm not putting them down, but those 9-to-5 families, a lot of them, especially when they have, progressive parents who are really caring about their work, it's difficult to bring up your family in a way which gels them together, because they only have a little bit of time during the weekday, and during the weekend, they don't have that much time to themselves, So I'm looking forward to this. I really am looking forward. It's not just about the journey. It's about, the entire family being able to release themselves from this, I don't know, it's like, I don't want to call the West like a controlled environment. There is some good aspects to having a controlled environment, safer and everything else. But I've lived here for so long. I've been living in the West all my life, and even my time that I spent living at home in Jamaica, it just doesn't. I didn't spend enough time for one. For two, Jamaica is it's not like a third world country, especially now. Everybody's, goodness, I don't know. Everybody's doing okay, It's not like people are, you know, struggling. Equatorial Guinea, you know, less than $1 a day. No one's doing that in Jamaica. You won't be able to survive in Jamaica for that. So I've never been able to fully immerse myself on the African continent, even though I've been there a number of times. So I really want to do that, and it's almost like a gift that I want to offer to my children. It's a gift that I want to offer to my children, and I'm looking forward to giving them that, and I'm hoping it will affect those children for the positive for years to come. So yeah, it's really mouth-watering prospect now, because because you might be thinking, okay, it's 9 months away, because I plan to go in September. 9 months away. It's January the 1st today. Okay, so really 9 months away. We've got perhaps, yeah, we haven't even set a solid date on when we're going to go in September, and that's also on purpose. It's to give us a bit more flexibility, so when September comes up, we don't have one rigid date where we need to adhere to, and if we don't adhere to it, we're going to be like, oh well, maybe we'll just leave it till next month. No, we can just go. And that's what all of this is all about. It's about not having to go. If you know what I mean. That traveling overland is about being able to have the power in your hands. So I'm really looking forward to taking that power back. I loved flying. I loved going to an airport. I love getting on a plane, and the convenience. It's so good being able to go from A to B without driving. But now, no. Things have changed for me now. It's really sad that what has happened, with the CV. I can't really say the word on YouTube, but what's really happening now is making things so much more difficult for the average person to look at flying as being a viable option, even when it comes to short distances, say 300-400 miles. Like I used to do. I used to fly 300-400 miles, 600 miles from Birmingham to Barcelona. I used to do that all the time, but now it's not a viable option. I wouldn't bother. I would always drive. I'd get in my car and I'd drive. I had a friend who was a Kurdish man. I love this guy, actually. Really nice guy. A good guy. A little lost, but a good guy. I met and he used to drive everywhere. So he was from Kurdistan, but he lived in where did he live? He lived in Scotland. And if he needed to go to Kurdistan, he'd drive. Jump in his car, just drive. He'd drive down to London from Edinburgh, stay in a hotel in London, then continue his journey, and just keep going until he hits Turkey, and boom, drive straight across to the Iraqi border. It's like nothing to these guys, to drive 3,000 miles. And I envy that. I used to think he was crazy before, but I envy that now. and I want a piece of that pie. Really, I want a piece of that pie. So I'm coming for it, really. Once again, this video is a lot of preamble, but it is what it is. It's a vlog. I wanted to really make sure I get down my emotions and my thoughts on the video, so 6 months from now I can look back and say, okay. So guys, listen, like I said, this video's a video of preamble. What can I say? I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be making another video tomorrow. Yeah, video every single day. So I'll see you in the next one. Until the next time, thank you. Bye bye.